It's been a real up and down season for both Port Huron basketball teams this year thus far. The Big Reds began the season being heavily favored, a 6-0 start, and then things started going downhill miserably, and they're now just 7-5. For the Huskies, it's been win one, lose one for most of the year, as they are the reverse of that Big Red 7-5 record. They come into the game at 5-7. The last meeting between these two teams, December the 20th, and the Big Reds pulled away 70-47, but that was also when Port Huron was 5-0 at the time. There may never be a better chance for the Huskies to upset the Big Reds, but both teams need wins badly tonight. So how will the second and final battle of Port Huron this season be decided? Only one way to find out, and it's next. Good evening, everyone. Derek Work, the Big D, CPHS Channel 6, back again, and as mentioned, 7-5 versus 5-7. Both these two teams, though, it doesn't ever really matter what record is going on or what records you have, how you're shooting, how you're playing. You throw that all out the window. Crowd jam-packed in here tonight. It's a rivalry game, thus it means the world to these teams, regardless of how you finish, regardless of how you're doing. It's every man for himself, and basically the Battle of Port Huron, and these are the most fun. The fans like it. I like doing it. The folks at CPHS like doing it, so let's get it on. Right at tip-off right now, Robert Banks going with Bowles, and Banks, the clear win right there, and why not? He's, 6'5"? Actually, maybe even listed as 6'6", but we're underway here, first quarter. P.J. Pinson has the basketball to start, being guarded by Kaluuya. Top of the court, now gives off Price. They'd like to go into Banks right away. Big player, why not? Fouled, and he walked first, actually. He was clearly fouled, but they're saying took one step too many before that, and just like that, Huskies ball. Early going, pretty good defense so far by the Huskies, and the James zone, letting them hear it. They'll do that a lot this game, and it helps that they're right directly on the court. They'll mess with a few players' minds of the Big Reds. That's a big advantage, too, when you got a home game. You got a lot of fans down there screaming your name and trying to get against you if you're the other team. There's a shot put up by Devin Hill, rebound down low, and they're saying foul. 7:18 to go, just underway here, first quarter of play. No score. Check that, no foul. That was out on the Big Reds. Going to throw it in now. That's Bowles, out Coates, and now to Hill again, and they reset. Again, big crowd on hand, as you'd expect with this rivalry game. Bowles, the fake down low, missed, and actually lost the ball, but it's going to be out on the Big Reds, and they'll keep. And Bowles going to throw it in again from basically where he threw it in just a second ago. No, instead they're going to make Coach throw it in this time. Going to be guarded off the sideline inbound pass by Ron Miles. Hill, the quick feed down low, Bowles. Big Reds have to pay attention to him today, as all teams do. A rebound down low, Rothery, and he'll go to the line, and he'll shoot a couple as he got fouled. Pretty good early offensive rebound. Very important that Rothery gets those offensive rebounds today. Going up down low against Banks. And Bowles will guard Banks a little bit too. Certainly both those guys nowhere near as tall as Banks. Rothery's first foul shot puts it up, and he got it. So a 1-0 game so far. Huskies on top. And Rothery, second one of two, and he got them both. Well, the Big D's, 3 big keys to winning in tonight's game. My point number 3 for both teams, streaks. If you're Northern, you can't let the Big Reds get hot, especially the guards who can rack up points with strong outside shooting, up-tempo passing and scoring as well for the Big Reds. If you're Port Huron, your eyes have got to be locked on one man, Tony Bowles. You stop him, you stop the Huskies, but that, folks, is easier said than done. To the other keys to winning here in just a moment, but first Huskies ball. They give to Bowles. Just calmly resets here. 6:39 to go in the first, a 2-0 lead for the Huskies. Bowles takes it in quickly. Off the glass, he got it, yes. He had 27 in the last game he played, so Bowles, as I mentioned, a big advantage for the Huskies, and basically is their lone scoring threat. A few of them will get points here and there, but when you talk about a lot of points in bunches, he can certainly get going for a lot, especially when he gets hot, as I just mentioned, streaks, so we'll see. Off the throw-in. Quickly to Price. This is his game. Up-tempo, up-court quickly, and he got it. Ron Miles off the glass to go, and it's a 4-2 game. That's the thing about Port Huron. They'll go on those streaks. They like the up-tempo game. They like fast-breaking offense. Well, Bowles, the dish-off try to Hill, but he traveled first, and the Big Reds are going to get the basketball. My second key to winning, the bakery has been closed for a while. Rashad Baker, fabulous player. You don't just replace him. PH not really has been able to overcome this loss since his knee injury. And as I said earlier, one of the reasons why there will seldom be a better time for Northern to steal a win tonight from the Big Reds. We'll see. Banks guarded very well, but he puts it up and he got it anyway. Robert Banks ties the game at 4. Under 6 to play in the first. Devin Hill with the basketball. Again, people still coming in here. They expect a capacity crowd as far as Port Huron Northern Gym goes. I believe this one can seat a few more people than PH, although the stands are wider on the one side of PH. Up above the benches here, there's not a lot of room. That's usually where they put the visiting team, and that's always packed, as you're aware. 5.5 to go in the first. Score remains 4-4. Battle of Port Huron. CPHS Channel 6, Derek Work, the Big D. This is Price. The lob pass, nowhere near the hoop, to Pinson. Put it up, off the rim, rebound Rothery down low. Kaluuya, now up quickly, Bowles, gonna put up a 3. They're right in his face immediately, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot, not 1, not 2, but 3. You feel a lot more comfortable when you're a Husky over there shooting in front of that James zone than when you're a Big Red. That's for sure. So the odd situation where Bowles is going to shoot 3 from the line. That foul, by the way, on 34. Robert Banks, his second personal already. And team second foul. So if you're the Huskies, you're laughing all the way to the bank right now. No pun intended with Banks. He's got to come out. He doesn't want to come out, but foul trouble, you got no choice really at this point. Something you like to see if you're a Husky fan, and not so much if you're supporting the Big Reds tonight. The big Robert Banks has got to sit down, and will probably sit for a while too. A 6-4 game. Huskies on top, Bowles at a couple from the line. Price, pull up 3. Hard bounce off the rim, went over the glass. That's automatically out of bounds, and the Huskies are going to get the basketball. Price can get hot, and he will put up some long 3s at times. So will Pinson. If they're hot at times, they can be just plain unstoppable. But my number one key to winning in this game for both teams, scoring points off your defensive performance. With Northern, not a huge scoring offense. They need to capitalize with any turnovers they can, because they're not going to beat you by outscoring you. Although this is a guy that can score a lot of points. Bowles gets it down low off the glass, and he's fouled, and he got it. The Big Reds will play aggressive defense in their own right. Husky head coach Brian Jameson claimed that the Big Red defense caused problems for the Huskies last time they played, but both teams do play great D. But on offense, PH prefers, again, the up-tempo game, which Northern must recognize, but man, getting turnovers and mainly points off those turnovers tonight, that's going to be huge. The offensive output that each team can get from steals in the open court. We'll see. Bowles missed the foul shot. 8-4 now. Huskies have doubled up the Big Red output. Spin move, Price. Got it. Count it, yes. Foul. Well, we saw Danny Price actually a few times this season actually start as a power forward. So he showed you right there that he can indeed play guard or the forward position, because you saw a good post spin move there, and he got it, and the foul. First personal foul there, Julius Kaluuya, and the team first for the Huskies. Nice to see. This place is pretty loud. One side booing Price from the line, the other cheering after he gets it. An 8-7 game now. Stolen open court, back quickly is Pinson. Pinson, nice job, layup. 9-8. 5 straight points. This is what you don't want the Big Reds to start doing if you're the Huskies, because they'll get points in bunches. Bowles with his team trailing by 1, 9-8. They want to get it into him. They do. Doubled immediately, puts it up anyway, and he got it. There you see it, 10-9, 3:40 to go. Here's a steal. Right at center court, Devin Hill off the glass. No, he missed. Rebound down low, John Brewster. Quickly ahead to Pinson. Pinson crossed the way to Brewster. Might have got away with a charge there, but Devin Hill an aggressive rebound. Quickly back the other way. Game really picking up now. Bowles, pull-up jumper, yes. 12-9, the lead is 3 for the Huskies. You gotta love this, man. Crowd into it, back and forth. James' own chanting right now. Pinson almost stepped out of bounds there. Pretty good defense by Coates. Off on Coates last. Big Reds will keep the basketball. They're gonna throw it in here in a minute. 3 even on the clock to play in the first, a 12-9 lead. They throw it in. Miles thought about a shot. Now the fake. Now leaves off to Price, and he'll set up. Out quickly, Pinson. Pinson pushed. Substituting now, number 32 in for the Huskies, Chris Miller. Kaluuya's second personal, so they've got to take him out early as well. Kaluuya, a big game last game. We'll talk about that as it goes. But Price, straight up 3, thank you very much, ties the basketball game at 12. And the Price was certainly right on that shot. Miller bumping a little bit with Pinson, backdoor pass, Bowles. Banks came from the backside to try and block it, but a little bit too late. Check that was Price on the back door, but instead Bowles got the hoop first, and he got fouled. Speaking of Banks, if you've just joined us, 2 early personal fouls. He had to check out early. And that could be a big key to this basketball game as it goes along. How long will Banks be on that bench with all his size and height? Huskies have got to capitalize on the fact that Banks is sitting. Bowles again having some problems shooting free throws. His only real problem in the last game as well. Price, if he heats out, look out. He did it again. And we could very well see the Huskies double Price if this keeps up. You're gonna have to. Hill puts up bad shot, missed left side, and foul. Oberski got the rebound. And he got fouled off the rebound, so Big Reds basketball, they'll throw it in. 2:02 to go in the first, 15-14. Back-to-back three-pointers by Danny Price. Dan Reed checking in now for the Huskies, checking out Devin Hill. He won't sit for very long either. Very aggressive defender, Hill. They need him back here. Price, off dribble, lost the ball. Pretty good defense, really. Miles ends up with it. Down low, Brewster using his size. Good fake. Yes. While a backup player to start the season, John Brewster, of course, with Rashad Baker out and hurt with the knee surgery. Brewster comes now as a starter. And a fine play. Bowles back the other way for the Huskies. Missed off the rim. Rebound in the hands of Oberski. Takes it up court. Might have got away with a charge. No call. Rattler off the rim. Brewster rebound. Down low. Puts it up. Can't get it to fall. But he's fouled. Well, in that Huskies 58-56 victory Friday night over Grosse Pointe North, Bowles again led the way. 27 in that game. Julius Kaluuya, though, I thought really saved the day and won the game for the Huskies. 3 3-pointers, and they were all clutch. He had 10 total in the game. Put the Huskies to 2-3 overall in their league, and 5-7 overall as well. Of course, 2-3 in that MAC red, I believe it is. On the game, Coach Jamieson claimed that his players were very scrappy, and they really stepped it up. That's how they've got to play. No big secret. Not a lot of team scoring. They like to rely on Bowles and a few individuals, but 8 for 13 from the three-point line in that game. So again, a big key to the Huskies winning ways is how well they shoot. from behind the arc. Minute 13 to go in this one, 17-14. Pinson and the boys winning right now, and he got it. And he claims that he was fouled as he was shooting, but no call. And 19-14, now a 5-point lead. Big Reds on top. Miller with it. Now gives to Dan Reed, who switches the play, taps his head. Collier wants to look down low. Now Collier gives off to Chris Miller. Now Bowles has it. He might take it in himself right now. Nope, instead pull up three. Yes! It is not uncommon for him to get the ball like that at the top of the mark and just take it right in, but instead he pulled up. Here's Price for the answer. Can't get it off the rim. Rebound, Collier throws it off Pinson, and it's out on the Big Reds. Great effort there by Collier. And he'll throw it in. Very aggressive football player, Joe Collier. So certainly a fine athlete in his own right. Collier's 6 foot, 185-pound junior, so they like what he'll bring to the table next year. Here's that Big Red tight defense again. The final 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Now 9, now 8. 19-17. Big Red still on top. Collier, good look at the hoop. Takes it in, fouled by Price. 3.8 seconds left in the first quarter clock. 19-17, a 2-point lead for the Big Reds. And Collier to answer to try and tie this game. Foul is on Danny Price, his second personal foul. And 15th foul on the Big Reds. So a bit of foul trouble in the early going for the Big Reds. Again, Banks had to sit early with 2 personals, and now Price has 2 personals. So an interesting choice here for Coach George Moger. Is he going to keep Price in the basketball game? I think he is. Nobody going to check in here, so Price now has to defend very carefully. Off the rebound, second shot missed. 19-18, they'll hold. They called jump ball just before the quarter ends. But on that note, 19-18 after one complete from Husky Country. Port Huron Northern Gymnasium, we're after one complete, 19-18. Big Reds on top of the Huskies. And this is CPHS, Port Huron Area School District Television Station. Derek Wark, the Big D, along tonight for the Battle of Port Huron. Glad to have you aboard, and great to see a good first quarter of play. Both teams back and forth. The big players on the teams, very solid. Price hit a couple threes. Bowles hit a couple threes. So the outside shooting for Northern remains. And man, if Price continues to be shooting like he is, you might want to double him. If both the Port Huron high guards heat up, it's almost impossible to beat this Big Red team. So you really do pick your poison with them. But Pinson so far, not much. It's been all Price for the Big Reds. Again, the Big Reds on the year, 7-5. They had their best defensive effort of the season in their last game, a 45-40 victory over Grosse Pointe South. Just 16 second half points in that one, scored by Grosse Pointe South. But again, the Big Reds, their biggest problem ever since the huge loss of Rashad Baker, I mentioned earlier, knee surgery, they haven't really been able to overcome it. Not a lot of consistency in the wins columns, but they're 2-4 in the MAC White, 7-5 overall, and we'll see how it goes for them tonight in this Battle of Port Huron. I believe a reach-in call as we're back to the game here. Second quarter action starting. Tony Bowles, I believe, the reach-in call. Well, they call it instead on Nick Oberski of the Big Reds. That's his first personal. Miller, now to Reed, thought about a three, passed it up. Now Miller's gonna put one up. Yes! All net for Miller, and the Huskies take the lead. 21-19 now over the Big Reds. And I think a hand check call here. Gonna go against the Huskies as the Big Reds were quick to bring it up court. That one's the second personal on Chad Coates the other way. And the fifth team personal foul for the Huskies. Off the inbound, here we go again. This is Pinson, PJ Pinson. He had 19 in that South game, by the way. Way long pass down low to Banks, who was checked in again. Banks loses the ball, they call a walk. Again, when you have personal fouls and you're dealing with, I think Banks right now is 2, you can't play as aggressive as you'd like to because you're in foul trouble, because it's a bit of a risk to do so, just as Price is too. And that is huge without Baker because you're undermanned. We'll see. Backdoor pass again. The Huskies were doing that in the last game against North when they played them. Grosse Pointe North, I believe, the Norsemen. Those backdoor passes where Bowles just cut across the lane down low, and he got it that time again. Down low, Banks leaves it, nice pass. Number 50, Tony Taylor, the other 6'5" senior. Crossover dribble, Hill puts that one up. Big bounce off the rim, rebound Price. 23-21, 2-point lead Huskies. Price adjusts in midair. They say no shot first. He's fouled before he put it up. That's still a heck of a play though, even if it doesn't count, to make that basket off balance. To no avail, doesn't count. Price does draw the foul though. 32, Chris Miller. Hacked Price first. Off the throw-in, 12, Nick Oberski. Again, this is a production this evening of CPHS Channel 6, the Port Huron Area School District. The kind of games we live for here. We love calling these ones. Battle of Port Huron, very close so far. Banks blocked from behind Devin Hill. Hill continues to play strong defense. And so far, the Huskies showing that they can adjust very well to the Big Red size. They're doing a good job on Banks. Reed, that's partially blocked. Collier ends up with it down low, throws it out, kind of off balance, picked up by Miller, puts up the shot. Can't get it to fall off the rim, rebound Banks. Under 6 to play in the second, 23-21, this is Pinson. And he'll just calmly set up again. Guarded by Devin Hill. That's a good matchup, I'll tell you. The way Hill can play defense, as he proved a minute ago with a swat away on Banks. Banks is fouled. Reach-in call, I believe, on Dan Reed. Well, even though the Huskies have been sort of successful, as mentioned, on Banks down low, they keep going to Banks. They believe eventually he's going to put some in. Here is Banks at the line. He'll shoot, I believe, a 1-and-1, but we'll see. Huskies are in the penalty, 17 fouls. And again, that's the first personal on Dan Reed. Banks. Off the 1-and-1, got the first. 23-22, 1-point lead. Huskies clinging to the close lead in this great game thus far. Very exciting, crowd into it, and quite frankly, so am I. Long pass, Reed was cherry picking, as they say. Great block from behind, Danny Price. Oh man. That looks like Oberski hit the floor. He's not moving very well. He might have had the wind knocked out of him. Man, great effort by Price. Reed back the other way. Just kind of waiting for that pass. It's a nice job when you can elude the defense like that, but great work by Price just to get back and swat that away. I tell you, these Port Huron guards, it's no big secret they can do it all. Troy Burrell checking in now for the Big Reds. Again, with the loss of Baker, they got to use their bench. Deeper at times than they'd like to, but this Burrell has really come on, I'll tell you. Pretty aggressive player as well. That one off the glass and then off the rim. Big bounce right in the hands of Pinson. He takes it up court with 5:15 to go in the second. 23-22, Pinson. Off balance shot, he got it. I tell you, that's a tough shot. That's a fadeaway from way out. If you're the Huskies, I think you take your chances with that. As I've said, talented guards though, they'll get you. It's a matter of can you shut down the rest of the Big Red team. This is Hill with it for the Huskies. Hill off to Miller. They'll guard him closer now after hitting the three a couple minutes ago. The game is all it's been hyped up to be, folks. Battle of Port Huron, it's 24-23. inside. Strong defense, Banks. Now out Collier, threw it away to Pinson. Actually, check that, Miles. Miles, blocked by Hill. He got back quick, and he swatted it. And the Jamazone love that down there. You got swatted, the constant chant. Pretty good defense to get back on both ends. Pretty aggressive play, really. Banks off the throw-in, spin move. Can't get it to fall off the glass. Rebound down low, Burrow, but kicked out of bounds by Miller for the Huskies. And the Big Reds have the basketball. There's just something about this game and these gymnasiums, I'll tell you. Both sides completely full. And they're loud. Again, this game could very much be dictated a little bit later in the third quarter, because the Big Reds in the third quarter will go towards the Jamazone instead of away from it like they are right now. Burrell at the line. Puts up the first, he got it. Jamie Peters is going to check in now for the Huskies as well. Julius Kaluuya back in again. They could certainly use his three-pointer and outside shooting like they did the other night. Burrow for number 2. By the way, 18 fouls right now on the Huskies. Second shot of the 1-and-1. Burrow, yes. The lead is 3. Big Red showing full court trap. They quickly go back to more of a man-to-man look. In a half-court setup. Bowles the pull-up shot. Missed, it's a little bit short. Rebound, battling over it. Hill ends up with it. Devin Hill, it's up. No, missed off the rim. Rebounding to Burrell's hands. Under 4 to go in the second. Burrow leaves it to Price. You gotta watch Price. He'll shoot from here. That's a charge. Nope, they call a block. They rule Kaluuya was moving there at the last minute. Price hit him. Good job by Price, really, and just the threat of Price there to shoot that ball from way beyond the arc. That makes you defend him a little bit differently when he's hot like that. If he puts up a shot or a fake shot at all, gives him that much more of an advantage to go in off the dribble. First foul shot, Danny Price got the kind of roller off the rim, or bounce, if you will. 27-23 now, 3:45 to go in the second quarter clock. Price puts up the second, he missed it. Lead is again 4 now. Big Reds have the lead. Big Reds going full court trap yet again. Hill has it stolen. Burrell, pass down low. Pinson got it. Well, Coach Jamison, he calls a timeout immediately. And the first thing he does is go grab his clipboard. He's got to figure out right now how to go about offensively to defend this full court trap of the Big Reds, which they've switched to, and why not? It's working. Again, full court defense depends so much on speed, aggressive play, switching off, and getting back quickly. And so far the Big Reds doing that, but they doubled Hill immediately on the inbound pass. And they forced the turnover. Again, 3:36 to go on the second quarter clock. 29-23, a 6-point lead, visiting Big Reds, although that's not fair. They're just right across town. CPHS, Channel 6, Port Huron Area School District. And Derek Work, the Big D, along with you tonight for the big game. Of course, this one originally airing on Tuesday night. You're seeing the rebroadcast of this. 810-984-6621, the number to call for more information on Channel 6 happenings. There's also a couple ways to contact me if you like what you've heard tonight, or even if you don't. Sure, love to hear from you. Derek the Big D at simpatico.ca. Derek the Big D at simpatico.ca. I've also got a website. I talk some sports on there at bigdsports.info. bigdsports.info. We have a lot of fun. I'd love to hear from you too. Back to the game. Bowles, good inside pass. Put it into Peters, but he missed it. And in the hands of Banks. who's got it now. Pass across to Burl. Burl. I believe that one off on Greg Rothery. Out of bounds there. 3:12 now the time on the clock. Referee waiting for the decision on this one. There you see him down there. They're talking about it. I believe that's Husky basketball. You would have seen Coach Jamieson down there not be too happy if it wasn't. Big Reds not as closely defending right now. They've switched off again. Not in the full court press this time. Hill now. Peters on the give and go with Hill, yes. Well, that looked pretty easy, really. Hill, the give and go with Peters, just kind of lobbed it up there and he got it all net. Burrow quickly, the other way for the Big Reds. Into number 21, Miles, and he got fouled, hacked in the act, and he'll go to the line. So 10 team fouls now on the Huskies. So it's all 2 foul shots from here every time. Miles gonna put up 2 shots regardless. With his team up 4, 29-25. Miles, yes, he got the first. So now the lead is 5. Bowles, if you're wondering, has been pretty quiet. He had a few early shots. It looked like he was maybe gonna go for one of those patented Tony Bowles runs. It hasn't happened yet. Big Reds have adjusted a bit. And we'll see as the rest of this game goes on. Bowles has it now, off the throw-in. Big Reds full court trap again. Bowers now out to Bowles. Bowles can't get it off the rim. Kind of an off-balance shot anyway. Price on the rebound. Guarded closely. Price taking it in. Couldn't get it off the glass. Set a bounce. Big Reds are going to keep it. The game's over a half hour in now. 2:25 left on the clock in the second. Pinson, good look at a 3. Big bounce off the rim right in Burrell's hands though. And they'll reset again. Pinson has been quiet. That one stolen by Bowers. Yes, the layup. Well, Bowers comes off the bench. More of a sub player to start the year, but the way he works hard, his aggressive play has earned him playing time. And certainly you see right there. Some aggressive play leads to more playing time, and he got the layup, giving Danny Price a bit of a hard time. Guarding him with some good defense. Price doing a bit of trash talking by the looks of things while Bowers is guarding him too. Well, you trash talk if you can back it up, and certainly Price can, no doubt about it. Part of the game. I always like that in a basketball player, to be honest with you. Off the rim. Price actually missed them both there. Bowles has it. The Big Red lead is 4. Bowles loses the basketball. But they get it right back. Back in Bowles' hands again. Block Banks, too much body. Blocking call, and Bowles will go to the line. Heck of a matchup, but as I mentioned, with Banks being 6'5", 200, and Bowles just 6'1", 170, that's a 4-inch height difference. Here's been the Achilles heel for Bowles lately. Free throws. That was just tough luck there. That's in and out. As I said, that last game against Grosse Pointe North, he had 27. But if he would have hit all his free throws in that game, he'd have been well over 30 points. Averages about 20 a game. He might be just under that right now. Final minute and a half of the quarter, 31-28. That one is a 2 by Oberski. Strong rebound down low, Bowers. Leaves it for Hill. Minute 20 now left in the second. 31-28. Gets in quickly, rebound Rothery, and he's fouled. That has become a big point to this game. Rothery's presence down low. He's already got a couple offensive rebounds today. There's another one. And he'll be called on in the second half as the game goes on. He becomes very important, especially when you got guys like Taylor and Banks down there for the Big Reds, who are each 6'5" in their own right. Well, Rothery missed the first. 8th team foul for the Big Reds, by the way. 10 team fouls still. Huskies remain in the penalty. Rothery puts up the second, and he filled it. Big Red lead just a deuce now, 31-29. Huskies need to stay close with the Big Reds. It's how they'll win this game if they do. Brewster. Well, they call a foul, I believe. Now it's out instead on the Huskies. That's pretty good defense defending Brewster. He's a big guy, Brewster, 210 pounds, and he plays big down there too. Burl the shot, he missed. Bowers rebound, leaves it for Hill. Under a minute to go in the first half. Very tight game thus far if you've just joined us. 31-29, the Big Reds clinging to the 2-point basketball lead here. Hill puts it up, missed. Air ball, rebound in the hands of Miles. Burl has it. That one thrown into the crowd, look out down there. I tell you, that woman has good hands over there. Off the throw-in, right basically in front of where that ball just went out of bounds. Pinson will throw it in here in a minute. Holiday to check in for Burl. He'll be back in the second half, obviously. 37 seconds now. Halliday has not been out much. Pinson, off balance shot, right in the hands of Miller to try and tie the game. Long shot, pass actually to Bowles, and he puts it in. The alley-oop layup, and it's 31-all. Strong pass, but a risky pass. Bowles was waiting for it. If you're the Big Red defense, you've got to note where he is at all times. He proved he can get up court very quickly. Final 5 seconds now. Bounce pass. Bowles, kickball. And it's out of bounds. Final 3.8 seconds of the first half of play. Big Red's gonna throw it in. Bowles is all pumped up, by the way. He's screaming at anybody that'll listen down there right now. Final 3 seconds, now 2, puts it up. Pinson missed. Rebound in the hands of the Huskies, but that, folks, is the first half of play. Very strong first half. Both teams were deadlocked even. 31-31, Battle of Port Huron after one half complete. From Port Huron's Northern's Gymnasium. CPHS Channel 6, Derek Work, the Big D. We got a great second half on the way, folks. Stay tuned.
1,200 American youth run away from their homes every day. The National Runaway Switchboard is here to help. 1-800-RUNAWAY. If you are a runaway, thinking about running away from home, or a parent or guardian concerned about issues facing your child, call us 24 hours a day. 1-800-RUNAWAY. In times of crisis, hope is just a phone call away. 1-800-RUNAWAY.
Welcome back to Port Huron Northern High School. We're after one half, 31-31, visiting Big Reds and the home team, the Huskies, both from Port Huron, Battle of Port Huron, and we're glad to have you along tonight. Derek Work, the Big D, CPHS, Channel 6. Well, at the half, it's the Tony Bowles show. Get this, folks, Tony Bowles, 20 at halftime, 20. That's more than a point a minute. Heck, you play 16 total minutes of basketball, he's got 20. The only other scorer with any more than 2 on the Huskies team is Chris Miller with 1-3. Kaluuya 3 fouls, by the way, as we look to foul trouble for the Huskies. Coates 2, Bowers 2 personals, and the aforementioned Miller with 1 personal as well. Rest of the stats here in just a moment, but first, Big Reds have the basketball. Pull-up jumper, Pinson. And rebound into the hands of Coates and gives off to Kaluuya. Well, for PH, it was Price, the big scorer. He had 10. Pinson 8, Banks 3, Miles 3. Fouls in that half. Banks 3 personals, Price 2, and Brewster 2. We'll keep a close look on Banks' 3. And again, he had 3 in his own right, Banks, but sat off a lot of that first quarter of play. I believe that's a push-off call on Robert Banks, as it was back the other way. Yes, indeed it is. So as I just said, Banks in foul trouble. Well, now he's really in foul trouble. That's his 4th personal. So he'll have to sit for probably the majority now of the second half, and that's good news if you're a Husky. Keep the big 6'5" man off the court. That's the way to beat him, that's for sure. Huskies have the ball. Well, they did anyway. Stolen. Price, now up Pinson. Pinson quickly keeps it himself. It's off the glass and it's good on the layup. 33-31. Kaluuya slows it down a bit. Pinson now has 10 in the game, by the way. Aggressive defense continues on both ends. Pinson reaching foul there. And Pinson's first personal foul, already the 2nd team foul on the Big Reds. So they are on serious foul problems with their big man Banks. 4 personals on the bench. Bowles. Rebound Price. Quickly Price the other way. Pull up jumper, stops, yes. The 12th point from Price. And the Price was right on that play, that's for sure. Now there's Miles with a reach-in call. So Big Red's picking up a lot of unnecessary fouls to begin this third quarter and second half of play. Pretty quiet in here right now compared to what it was towards the end of that first half. Should be a doozy of a second half on the whole if the Huskies can keep it close. That means not letting those Big Red guards get hot. Again, they both have 10. Well, Price is 12 actually. Pinson with 10. Huskies have the basketball. They want to look down low to Bowles. Kaluuya has it, takes it in. Kaluuya fouled. Price bumped him a bit as he went up. The last game I thought against Grosse Pointe North, I thought that Kaluuya, it was really his coming out game. I really thought he looked good on both ends of the court. Certainly tonight some aggressive play out of him as well. But the 10 points he got in that last game were really the difference. Foul, by the way, on Danny Price, his 3rd personal. As if it couldn't get any worse for foul trouble for the Big Reds. They're going to leave Price in, but he's got to be careful. 14 fouls again already on the Big Reds, and we're just not even 2 minutes into this third quarter. That went out of bounds, I believe, on Rothery, so the Big Reds are going to keep it. Oberski to throw it in. He does to Pinson. Pinson almost loses the ball, saved by Oberski, thank goodness. Now they kick it out to Price. Price going to put up another 3, and he got another one. Well, he had, I think, 3 threes in that first half, and there's another one. These guards can flat out shoot, no doubt about it. That went out on Miles. Strong defensive play. Again, if you've just joined us, Tony Bowles had 20 at halftime. Kind of a quiet 20. Or at least that's what the scorebook down there said. Stolen Miles. Gets rewarded for strong defense, and he's fouled. I tell you, Miles has really come out in this third quarter and played strong, particularly on the defensive side of the basketball. And again, you keep playing strong, you keep playing aggressively, you're going to get some rewards for it. He did right there, and he'll go to the line. Got it, all net, sweet stroke. 39-32, the lead is 7 now. Paramount that the Huskies stay in this basketball game. Scoring, catching up is not their forte. They've got to keep it close. The lead is 8, 40-32. 5 and 18 ticks to go in the third. Huskies need a basket badly. And Coach Jamieson calls timeout. 5:12 exactly on the clock. 40-32, it's an 8-point lead, and the Huskies really need some life. Well, they say tonight's 50-50 draw, 112 US. I'd love to win that. That equals about, I don't know, what, 112,000 Canadian? I never play that 50-50, maybe I should. Well, there you see the cheerleaders, Northern send. Really, Northern right now can't panic. Northern cannot be overly desperate and panic here to think they have to get quick points. Plenty of time left right now on this basketball game. What you've got to do is stick to your game plan. Don't rush anything if you can help it. Again, they want to get it to Bowles, no big secret. Big scorer in this game. Price is catching him now, though. Price has 15 for the Big Reds. Hill with the ball now over to Miller. Coates, they try to get it to Bowles, almost stolen. Bowles has it, but he gets hacked, I believe, before the shot. Basically, that's what this game's come down to. Can the Huskies get it into Bowles? And if it does touch Bowles' hands, do the Big Reds stop him? Do they foul him? Or does he beat them in the process? Off the throw in, and the Huskies throw it away. This to Pinson. Pinson gets out of trouble, now takes it in. Missed the shot. Rolls off the rim into the hands of Miller, takes it up court, now Hill. Devin Hill. And he puts it up off the glass. Strong rebound, Rothery again, but good defense by the Big Reds to get that ball back. And Pinson got fouled in the process. That has been overshadowed as well in this game, is Rothery and his strong offensive rebounding. Rothery's got to check out right now. Gets a breather. The way he's played, and mainly the way he's rebounded, I don't know if he's going to be out that much longer, or that long anyway. Price from way out. No. Huskies fortunate. Price finally misses. Devin Hill. It's up. Rebound, Bowles off the glass and good. So Bowles having another big night, and Huskies get the ball right back. Big Reds are known to do this a little bit too. They'll get a decent sized lead, and then they'll kind of go nonchalant a little bit, and they'll turn the ball over themselves. Again, my number one key to winning tonight, points off turnovers, how well you play defense, which leads into transition basketball. For the Huskies, that is huge. And it's basically how the Big Reds have played all year in their own right. Strong defense leads to fast breaking. Bowles pull-up jumper, yes. And that's not a bad job defensively by Miles, who Bowles went over there. That's just so hard to stop. I mean, that's not even from that close up. He has to drain that shot from a good distance there. Price, couple fakes, got his own rebound, and he's fouled. Some strong play from all over the court right now. Both teams. Really doing an excellent job. Should be a great finish, too. That foul on Tony Bowles, his second personal, and I'm not sure if he's sat yet. If he has, it's been, I don't know, 30 seconds. One of the reasons he leads this game with, I think, 24 points. Price got his own rebound blocked from behind by Hill, but he fouled him. Great job of awareness by Price. Missed his second free throw, but got himself another couple in the process. 4th team foul on the Huskies. So just when the Huskies try to claw their way back into this one, it's smart plays like that from Price that keep this Big Red lead intact. Price now with 17, so he's having a strong night. Pinson, if you're wondering, with 10 as well for the Big Reds. Again, that's a big key, stopping the Big Red guards. Well, so far the two of them together have 27. I'm sure Coach Jamieson made a note of that at half. Sometimes they're just impossible to stop, though. But we'll see. Hill with it for the Huskies, down 7, 43-36, and he just threw it away. Up Miles, now to Burrell, fouled, put it up, but he missed it. But he'll go to the line. Oh, now the team foul's starting to even out a bit. 5 on both sides. And that foul on Dan Reed, his 3rd personal, so there's a bit of foul trouble on both sides. Again, if you're wondering, where the heck is Robert Banks? Well, Banks, 4 personal fouls. He hasn't really seen a lot of playing time lately either, Banks. Word is he's coming off a team suspension for disciplinary action, so when you talk about him in the last game being out, and Baker as well, that's 2 big players down low. Very hard to replace, but so far, Big Red's doing a fine job of winning this one, or at least leading this one without Banks. And certainly without Baker, who, like I say, hope gets well soon. Hill, now to Miller. Bowles puts up a 3, that one missed off the rim. Rebound try down low was 24, Shane Brown. But it's out on the Huskies. They're going to keep it, and they immediately throw in to Burrell. 2.5 to go in the 3rd, 45-36. Burrell off the glass, offensive rebound, down low, keep fighting for it. Brewster. And Brian Jamieson, another timeout, and don't look now, but the Big Reds are starting to blow this game wide open. 47-46, check that, 36. They lead in the 3rd, 2:16 to go in the 3rd, and you're watching CPHS Channel 6, Port Huron Area School District, and the Big Reds and Huskies, the basketball network. Seeing a dandy, all we thought it would be in this Battle of Port Huron basketball game. But right now, the Huskies need some life. They don't look sure of themselves offensively. There's the cheerleaders going crazy again with backflips galore. Especially that one right there. The northern people really get on her. They love seeing the backflips, and why not? She does them well, that one. Never really falls over doing it either. That's what's impressive. Back to the game here now. Huskies have got to get something going, something generated on offense. This is the Big Reds game right now. They want to blow them out if they can. Huskies just want to keep it close and maybe get a win down the stretch. It's all about scoring, though. The Huskies have got to find baskets from somebody else besides Bowles. Hill trying to. Couldn't get the kind bounce off the rim. And rebound to Pinson. He takes it up. Pinson thought about a 3, now stops. Now he puts up the 3 and missed off the rim. Rebound Burrell. Puts it up again. Another rebound, but into the hands instead off a funny bounce to Miller. Miller fouled. Well, Pinson wanted a jump ball there. He didn't get it, but he didn't get a foul call either as initially thought. They just rule out a bounce on Pinson. So that's not too bad for him, but good defense, good hustle on the other side, by the way, by Oberski to also get back. He was kind of the late man getting there to try and stop Miller on the fast break there. Minute 40 to go in the 3rd, 47-36. Miller puts up a 3. Yes! That one, folks, is huge. That is absolutely huge because at that point, the Huskies needed anything, really. The Big Red lead is 8, 47-39. Minute 17 to go in the third. Burrell missed off the rim. They try to tap it in. Lands in Burrell's hands again. Coach Jamieson right now has got to be frustrated with the amount of offensive rebounds the Big Reds are pulling down. I mean, they're getting good, even if they're not getting offensive rebounds, they're getting good offensive taps. Which means, quite frankly, either one of two things. They're getting the bounces or the Huskies aren't boxing out correctly down there. I really think it's number one. The bounce is starting to go the Big Reds' way. Shane Brown to throw it in. Gets it down low. Brewster, that's blocked by Coates. Up quickly, Collier. Collier bumped hard by Oberski. No doubt about that foul. Stepping in call on Nick Oberski. That's his second personal. He didn't check into this game till later, I think, than usual. Or am I thinking a Holiday? Maybe. Bowles gets it on the alley-oop try anyway, but he's fouled as he gets a strong offensive rebound and then follows up. So again, it will be interesting to see when we see Robert Banks again. Final minute of the third, he's got 4 personals. Big Red's doing a sensational job without their big guy. I'm really surprised that Taylor hasn't seen more playing time, knowing that the other big 6'5" player, Tony Taylor, for the Big Reds, but John Brewster has done a great job as a backup role right now. Lots of bench talent on this Big Red team. They're really a well put together team. It's just they haven't had a lot of luck lately. Just 7-5 on the season. Bowles from the line, got one, missed the second. In our final minute now of the third, 47-40, it's a 7-point lead for the Big Reds. Huskies need some stops. Brewster traveled. So that certainly helps right there as the Big Reds turn the ball over. That's not really Brewster's game. He's got to get down low and post up. Maybe get some offensive rebounds. That's clearly what he does best. Final half a minute of the third. Chris Miller guarded pretty closely. Now leaves it off to Joe Collier. Collier thought he was fouled, but no call. It's out of bounds on Collier, and they turn it right back over to the Big Reds. The Big Reds want a late substitution. They're going to check Pinson back in. And Oberski checks out for him. Final 22.4 seconds on the third quarter clock. 7-point lead. Big Reds still holding on. Full court press now by the Huskies. This is Price bringing it up court. Final 15 seconds, now 14, now 13. Price, who has 17 in this game. Only other player with more points than Price, 24 by Bowles. Price, final 2 seconds, puts it up. Air ball on that one, and the buzzer will sound to end the third from Port Huron Northern Gymnasium, where after 3, Huskies trying to battle back. They trail by 7 to the other Port Huron team, the Big Reds. Derek Work, the Big D, CPHS, Channel 6. Fourth quarter action to start here in a minute. Excellent job and excellent adjustments, I think, in that third quarter of play by Coach Mojer and his Big Reds defending Tony Bowles. As I said, at one point in that third quarter, it was all a case of, one team in the Huskies trying to feed Bowles down low, and another team in the Big Reds trying to defend him down low, and they were doing a great job, and they were winning that battle, the Big Reds were. So the Huskies had to rely on their other scoring options, and there's not a lot of them. So they suffered for a long, long time in getting hoops and finding players to score and get second chance shots. But again, that third quarter, big time comes down to offensive rebounding that the Big Reds were definitely getting, and the Huskies were not. Of course, when I say not getting their defensive rebounds, because the Huskies and Big Reds battling all night long for the rebounding, obviously, but down low offensive rebounding, big edge in that third quarter to the Big Reds. And Rothery checking out, a big reason for that, I would say. Pinson missed one. Rebound Joe Collier quickly up court. Miller Miller, layup, yup. The lead is 5 now. Huskies trying to fight back. It's going to be a good finish, but right now you'd think the Huskies have got to reach back and get it. 47-42, Price, who's been hot in this game shooting threes, has cooled off temporarily. Right when I say that, Leaner's shot might have been fouled, no call. Again, more offensive rebounding for the Big Reds, but it ends up in Bowles' hands, and he gets fouled by Burrell. Huskies don't care where they are on the court. Their number one goal basically at all times is just put it in Bowles' hands. Good things tend to happen when that happens. Brewster, his 4th for the Big Reds, and they're just going to leave him out there. So both Robert Banks and John Brewster, 2 big men down low for the Big Reds, 4 personal fouls each. So that could be a big factor come down the stretch here in this one. From the line, Bowles hits it. He might even have more than this. I have him listed as 25 points right now. Again, he had 20 at the half. Bowles to shoot the other one. Yes. So he's got 26 now. Easily the big scorer in the game. Full court trap, Huskies. Definitely a foul there. No doubt about it. Reaching in call, I believe, on Chris Miller. And Ron Miles drew the foul. Both teams are now in the 1-and-1 penalty. So Miles to shoot a 1+ here. If there's one thing with Baker and the loss of Baker in this game and other games, you know, you'd obviously love to have Baker out there. Great offensive rebounder and good point getter. Quick with the ball for a big man too, but if there's one advantage, you can get a lot of looks at these other guys like Miles and Brewster and all that. Missed the first of the 1-and-1. Rebound Bowles. He's got it. Down 3. Off the glass, fouled by Oberski. See, now they're switching off. The Big Reds are switching off with other players to guard Bowles. And Oberski was the one there. And that's smart, really. Keep track of the fouls you have to give. And switch off to foul Bowles, who, again, if there's one flaw in his game lately, it has been free throw shooting. Other than that, the kid's just outstanding. 47-44, again, the lead is 3, 7:08 to go in the 4th. Bowles puts up the second, he got it. So Bowles approaching 30 for the night. Still not quite enough, though, a 2-point lead. CPHS, Channel 6, Derek Wark, the Big D. Price, oh, that's sweet. Just walks right in, pull-up jumper, right when you need it the most, and he filled it. 49-45, the lead is 4. Miller to try to get it down low. Bowles, oh, fabulous alley-oop play. I'll tell you something, for the majority of that catch and shot there by Bowles, he was looking away from the net. Oberski missed the layup. Rothery rebounded, fouled then by Oberski. I tell you, this Nick Oberski, he's all over the court right now. And if that's on Oberski, he'll have 4 personals as well. So the Big Reds are in serious foul trouble right now. Yes, it is. The 4th personal on Oberski. They're going to keep him in, but again, you wonder about their defense right now with all these personal fouls. You step in wrong, you reach in wrong, you can foul out as quickly as you're in that game. And right now, you got Brewster with 4 personals, you've got Oberski with 4, and you've got Banks, who has not yet returned from getting that 4th personal early in the 3rd. So foul trouble, a huge part of this game right now for the Big Reds. Coach George Moger has got to be worried, despite right now winning by just 1. Rothery split 2. In the hands of Brewster on the rebound. Gives to Price. 6:21 ticks to go in the 4th. 49-48, a 1-point lead. Pull-up jumper, Price from way out. Missed, didn't even get any rim. Rebound Miller, and he threw it away over Bowles' head. That's one I'm sure Chris Miller would like to have back because that didn't need to be rushed. Price would have defended Bowles, or at least tried to. Big Reds had one man back. 49-48. Big Reds barely holding on here. Huskies have done a good job coming back in this one. Pinson penetrates. And he gets a call against him, a walk. Double dribble. And again, the Huskies have a chance to take the lead. Collier has the ball. Doubled closely. Jump ball. And the possession arrow will still favor the Huskies. So they get the ball back. Still strong defense anyway by PJ Pinson a moment ago. Collier now out to Reed. Backdoor pass, there it is again. Bowles missed the layup though. Rebound off the glass, he got fouled and he'll go to the line. But that is the play right there that beat Grosse Pointe North all game long, and it has tonight with the Big Reds. That backdoor cut by Bowles. He'll go to the line yet again. Timeout on the floor, 49-48. The lead is still one, but Bowles will give the Huskies an opportunity to take the lead when play resumes. Again, CPHS Channel 6, Port Huron Area School District television station. Man, what a game. I started to get kind of worried for the Huskies when it was an 11-point Big Red lead, but quite frankly, the Big Reds, believe it or not, they're the team that's got to worry right now. They are in serious foul trouble. I mean, when you have 3 or 4 guys with 4 fouls, you're in trouble. Brewster's got 4 again, Oberski does, and we'll see when Robert Banks returns because he hasn't played since early third quarter. He had 3 fouls at the half, and any time, it doesn't matter how you do it, if you defend it on the court or even making Banks sit. If you can walk away from a basketball game against the Big Reds where Robert Banks has just 3 points, then you're laughing all the way. You're doing your job on him. Well, they're going to check Banks back in now. So he becomes a huge factor now. If he fouls out, they're in a lot of trouble. But then again, he's sat a lot of this second half, as mentioned, so we'll see. Bowles at the line for the Huskies with a chance to give them the lead. And he missed it again. Bowles again approaching the 30-point mark. Nobody else even close in scoring to that total today. Price the next closest, he has 17. Bowles hits the next and gets the main one because he tied the basketball game. 49-49. And to our final 5.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Oberski. Jamazone down there chanting defense, defense. We'll see. Price. Thought about pulling up for a 3. These guards are dangerous. Pinson gets a pick from Oberski. Now they set up Price for the 3. And he missed again. Good play by Collier to keep that one alive. A couple Big Reds tried to throw it off him. He dodged it. And finally, the Huskies with a chance to take the lead here. The game is 49-49. Bowles across the way. Dangerous pass, but it lands in Collier's hands. Now they go to Bowles. This is for 3. No, it missed. It went off the rim. A rebound, a long rebound to Miles. Miles quickly back the other way. Blocked by Bowles. Maybe even Collier. No, they're saying Joe Collier fouled him. And we have a technical foul being called on Joe Collier as well. Well, Collier off that call went and smacked the back padding area there under the basket. The ref saw that and he called actually a technical foul on Collier. That is his 3rd personal, 9th team foul, but right now Pinson will shoot the tech, and he got it. I still think that's a borderline technical though. I mean, Collier showed his disgust, but he didn't really do anything that's out of this world or anything. Pinson. Enjoying these technical foul shots. Well, nothing much you can do here, but again, I really do question that call when you consider the importance of that call in that situation. I mean, he was just showing disgust. I mean, he hit the back of the padding, big deal. I mean, I've seen guys do a lot worse than that. You could throw a ball in the stands and get called, stuff like that, but I don't know. Because the way that's going, these shots right now, very important to this basketball game. They can dictate the outcome. So after what seemed like 100 Pinson free throws, we're back to the game. 3-point lead, Big Reds. This would be a big stop here by the Huskies, and Banks throws it away. He might be out of his element a bit. Again, he's sat a while today with foul trouble. Still a one-possession game, but it's a 3, 52-49. Huskies just need to keep this momentum slow. They don't need to panic, plenty of time. Fourth quarter isn't even halfway through yet. Rothery, they get it to Bowles quickly. Bowles fouled. Basically, he is fouled every single time he touches that ball down low. It's funny watching this, actually. This Husky offense, any crease the guards can find down low with Bowles for even a split second to touch that basketball, they're trying for it. Bowles finally hits. I believe that's 30 points right on the nose now. He's having some kind of evening, stepping up right when they need it the most. 52-50. Bowles, yes. So the lead is now 1. Price over to Pinson. Pinson now gives to Oberski. They're trying to go low to Banks. Stolen by Rothery. Gives off Coates. That was dangerous, but he kept it. And now the Huskies bring it up. Final 4 minutes of the fourth. A 52-51 lead, Big Reds. This has been all we thought it would be. Not the same as that 70-47 game we saw in round 1 of these two teams. Coates from way out. That's not really the shot that the Huskies want right there. Coates is bigger. He's more of a post player. Pinson has it back for the Big Reds. 3.5 to go in the fourth. Still Big Reds by 1. Stolen! It was in the hands of Banks, but Reed stole it. Big defense by the Huskies. They can take the lead yet again. Miller on the switch off, guarded by Price, went for the steal and he fouled him. Price doesn't like that call, and I don't blame him. But again, strong defense from him. Well, there's another player for the Big Reds in foul trouble with 4 personal fouls. That, I think, is the 4th player for them with 4 personals, and most of them are starters. Head coach of the Big Reds, George Mojer, right now, he's got no choice. He's got to keep these guys in. But again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, you really have to wonder about the aggressive play of the Big Red defense. Will they lose any, knowing that a lot of these guys have 4 fouls? Oberski, Price, Brewster, and I think Banks all have 4 personals. Miller hit them both. And they couldn't be more clutch. 53-52 Huskies, they're in the full court trap. They throw it into Price, he quickly goes up Pinson. Now the Huskies adjust and get back. 53-52, Northern now has the lead. Bounce pass to Banks. Banks, fine move, did he step out of bounds? He did. Well, Banks made the move he needed to, but just ran out of room. Kaluuya, who's back, he's got 4 personals in his own right. This is Bowles. Now they get it to Kaluuya. They're trying to get it to Bowles again. They do, down low. Bowles puts it up, missed. Chad Coates goes after it. He saves it in the hands of Miller. The crowd loves it. Kaluuya for three. Missed. They got a piece of that one. It's out on Ron Miles anyway, and Coach Jamieson is beside himself as a result, and so are the Husky players. They can't believe that. No overruling by the officials. The Jameson letting the officials have it over there. That was right under me. I saw it myself, clearly out on Ron Miles, but it's all about what the referees call, and to no avail. Still 53-52, pull-up jumper. In and out, Pinson. And they're calling a push-off on Kaluuya during the rebound. That's a big call. Those are two huge calls, actually. And Kaluuya, Julius Kaluuya has fouled out. Maybe even a questionable call on that one, but Kaluuya, 5 personal fouls, so he'll sit. 2:28 ticks left on the fourth quarter clock. 53-52 Huskies still in charge of this one, but barely. As far as basketball games go locally, you don't get any better than this, believe me. Both teams long into the penalty, so it's all 2 shots from here on out. Again, Kaluuya fouls out, and 4 Big Reds are also in foul trouble with 4. Miles hits the very important first one. Now the second one to take the lead. Miles definitely a sweet stroke on that free throw shot. Almost looks like money in the bank for him. The lead is 1 now, 54-53, there you see it. 2:22 ticks left on the fourth quarter clock. It is still anybody's basketball game. Miller slips a bit. Out to Bowles, puts it up. Missed off the back rim. Rebound, I think Hill fouled him. I tell you, Ron Miles today has been in the right place at the right time on many different occasions. Again, sports isn't always about the most skill in the world, the most fastest players, the best shooters. But if you're around the ball or the puck or anything like that, success is going to follow you. And Miles, that's the telltale story about the way he's played this basketball game. He finally missed a free throw. I wasn't sure he was ever gonna. This one to put the Big Reds up by 2. Miles missed it. Rebound down low, but Price ends up with it. Huge offensive rebound for the Big Reds. Crossway to Miles. Gets the layup. 56-53, and we have a timeout on the floor. 2:02 to go in the fourth. Big Reds back in front. Again, CPHS, Channel 6. Big D, Derek Warwick with you. Enjoying this one. I know you are too. If you've just joined us, my question to you is why? It's been a doozy. Speaking of doozies, how about that backflip? Some kind of twisting going on there, I don't know. The Jameson loves that. There you see actually the Jameson on your screen. And now the Big Red bench. They'll earn this one, I'll tell you. Huskies have done everything. But again, the personal fouls are huge against the Big Reds right now. That's another reason why Coach Mojer and the Big Reds will earn this one if they can hold on. Huskies are really just going to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to try desperately to keep getting that ball into Bowles' hands. Because quite frankly, they have to. They've got no choice. And Big Reds have got to defend against that and be careful as you do, because they've got 3 guys out there with 4 personal fouls. We'll see. Here we go. Bowles to throw it in. Miller now to Coates, now back to Bowles, and they set up slowly. Under 2 minutes to go in the fourth now. Hill over to Coates. Bowles to post up against Banks. They like this one-on-one matchup. The Big Reds do. They're not doubling him. Banks, the backdoor look. Now he adjusted to it well. Bowles was trying to do that backdoor cut again. Well, Hill almost has that swipe from him. Coates keeps it. Now to Bowles. Again, the lead is 3. Bowles. Hill, wide open shot. Missed it off the rim. Rebound down low, Danny Price. Closely guarded by Bowles. Price takes it up. Minute 18 to go. Big Reds are going to try and run this clock down a bit. I don't blame them. Coach Jamieson might have to start thinking about fouling. We'll see. Price turnaround jumper. Huge rebound. Robert Banks down low, and he got it. That right there, among many other things, has been the main story of this basketball game. The Big Reds and their offensive rebounding, especially in the second half, have paved the way for this 5-point lead. 58-53, 57.2 to go in the fourth. Again, I said it earlier, it really has got to get to Coach Jamieson. He's got to be a little bit upset with the rebounding of his team today. On the offensive glass, which the Big Reds have basically owned, there you see the Husky bench. And if they want to come back and win this, or even come back and make it close, they've got to get a quick hoop. And then you got to start thinking of fouling. Again, the lead is 5, 58-53. Both teams long in the penalty. Again, I think if you're Coach Jamieson, if you see that one-on-one matchup down low with Banks and Bowles, you go to Bowles. Because of Banks in foul trouble, I think you have to attack that. Again, final minute, 51 seconds exactly, 58-53, Hill. Bowles has it, guarded outside by Banks. Bowles takes it in, gets fouled. And if that's on Banks, he's fouled out. Pinson putting both his hands up. And I think it is going to be on Pinson. In that situation, believe me, they'd much rather have Pinson with the personal foul. These are huge shots from Bowles. He's over 30 for the game. And he missed it. This becomes a very big shot now. Bowles for number 2. No, he missed the second. They fight hard for the rebound. I think they're going to call a foul on Bowles. Immediately when he saw that he missed it, he hustled very hard after that ball, and he might have got called for a foul. It's all 2 shots now. So the Huskies can't do much now, but watch the Big Reds shoot free throws. You got to be thinking quick hoops and then quick fouls if you're the Huskies. And if you're the Big Reds, just concentrate on hitting your gimme hoops, your free throws. Got it. There you see it, 59-53. Oberski, it's the first. So unless things drastically change, it looks like the Big Reds are going to win the second Battle of Port Huron and sweep the series. 2-0, but we'll see. Don't want to jinx the Huskies yet. That's a great hustle by Price over there to save it. They keep it in, and eventually Oberski ends up with the ball, and he's fouled. Well, a little bit more went the Big Reds' way tonight when they needed it to the most. That's a heck of a hustle there, by the way, by Price. And he's lucky that aisleway's there to separate the 2 risers over here on the northern fan side, because he dove into that alleyway there trying to save that ball, in which he did, might I add. Great play. So again, they're starting to blow it out now, 61-53. But that really was the story of the basketball game tonight, folks. The offensive rebounding, I think, by the Big Reds when they had to, and the defense on Tony Bowles when they had to. Well, when it rains, it pours. That one out on Hill, and that should just about do it. Fans over there congratulating Danny Price before he threw that ball in. Pinson out to Banks. Banks has it. Now he has it stolen from him. Coates up to Hill. Now they feed Bowles. Spot up three. Missed off the rim. Rebound to Miles. Now to Oberski. And Jamieson says leave it alone. They're going to let it go. Final 5 seconds. Now 4, now 3. That's going to do it. From Port Huron Northern High School, where the Big Reds have won the series 2-0. Both battles of Port Huron land in Big Red Country. Final score here tonight from Port Huron Northern. The Big Reds come in and win 62, and the Huskies 53. For the entire cast of CPHS Channel 6, the Big Fell in the Hallway, EJ Shea and Brandon Kovach, I'm Derek Work, the Big D. Big win, Big Reds. See you next time, folks.